Listen carefully. If you quiet your mind and listen to the wind over the hills of Maranello, you can probably hear Enzo Ferrari spinning in his grave like a V12's crankshaft. Why? Because the unthinkable has happened. The first pure electric Ferrari is not just a concept anymore, it's almost ready for production. For 77 years, the soul of Ferrari has been defined by the controlled explosion of gasoline. It's been about the scream of a V12 and the smell of high-octane fuel. But the world is changing, and Ferrari is about to prove that they can master any technology, even one without a tailpipe. This isn't just a car, it's a giant leap, and for many, a worrying one. Today, we're diving deep into the technical secrets of the Elettrica, the 1,000 horsepower gamble that will either save or redefine the Prancing Horse forever. But first, we must mention what this car actually is, as a discussion on the face-melting acceleration does not apply if we don't correctly understand this vehicle first. Ferrari has a surprise up their sleeve here, as they've already stated that this car is not a supercar, as you would rightly expect, but a four-door, four-seater Grand Tourer instead. Think of this new car as the spiritual successor to the GT C4 Luce, or maybe a more sleek aerodynamic cousin of the Puro Sangue SUV. Ferrari's logic is fascinating. Their head of product, Gianmaria Fulgenzi, explained that if they made an electric two-seater today, the weight of the batteries would make the performance gains modest. But in a versatile GT car, that's where electric tech shines. By moving the driver closer to the front wheels, a layout inspired by their mid-rear engined Berlinetta sports cars, they've created a cabin that fits family and friends while maintaining a center of gravity that is 80 mm lower than an equivalent gas-powered car. Now, let's talk about the hardware, because the numbers are frankly absurd. The Elettrica features 4 independent electric motors, 2 on each axle. These aren't off-the-shelf parts. They're designed and built in-house at Maranello, using tech derived directly from Formula 1. These permanent magnet synchronous motors employ Halbach array rotors, a fancy way of saying they concentrate magnetism to prevent power-sapping energy losses. The rear motors produce a combined 831 horsepower, while the fronts add 282. Ferrari hasn't given us the final combined total yet, but it's well north of 1,000 horsepower. But here's the real kicker, the torque. We're looking at over 8,400 pound-feet of combined wheel torque. That's enough to launch this 2,300 kilogram beast from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 2.5 seconds. The front motors can spin at 30,000 RPM and can twist from a dead stop to max speed in less than a second. It's not just fast, it's violent. One of the biggest complaints about EVs is that they feel heavy and numb. Ferrari's engineers knew this, so they went to war against physics. They've developed a 48 volts active suspension system evolved from the F80 hypercar, which controls each wheel independently across 3 axes. A central computer measures the chassis 200 times per second, firming up dampeners in corners to keep the body perfectly flat. Combined with 4-wheel steering and independent torque vectoring, Ferrari makes a bold claim. Even though the car weighs 2,300 kilos, the perceived weight to the driver is 450 kilograms lighter. To help achieve this, they've used a chassis made from 75% recycled aluminium and a unique hollow-cast rear subframe. This setup isolates road noise and motor whine, which have nowhere to hide in an EV, without compromising the rigid, on-rails feeling you expect from Maranello. Perhaps the most controversial part of this car is the sound. Everyone feared a fake V12.mp3 file playing through the speakers. Ferrari said no to that. Instead, they've treated the electric motor like an electric guitar. They've attached a high-precision accelerometer to the rear motor casing to pick up actual mechanical vibrations. These genuine vibrations are then amplified and projected into the car interior. It is no simulated noise. It is filtered audio of the motor's own voice. When you're traveling at 70 miles per hour, you hear no car noise at all. However, when you mash the gas pedal down, pickup returns that screaming noise to you. They've even created torque shift engagement, which simulates the sensation of a gear change. Pull the right paddle and you'll feel a physical step in acceleration. Pull the left paddle and you increase regen braking to mimic engine braking. It's all about giving the driver a reason to be involved. At the heart of the Electrica is a massive 122 kilowatt battery. Ferrari claims this pack has the highest energy density of any production EV in the world, 195 watts per kilogram. For context, that beats the Rimac Nevera. They've stacked the cells creatively, doubling them up under the rear seats to keep the wheelbase short and the agility high. The range, however, is now approximately 330 miles or 531 kilometers. This may not sound like a lot, especially when cars like the EVs in question here may be approaching 500 miles, but Ferrari's intentions here are by no means optimizing for hyper mileage. The quick refueling capabilities, due to their 800 volts architecture, charge at 350 kilowatts, so you can go from empty to ready to rip within half an hour. The interesting part? The battery packs here are modular, so they're meant to be upgraded down the line, meaning that these cars will be on the road for as long as the V12 models. While the technical details are out, the actual look of the car is still a secret. Ferrari has partnered with LoveFrom, the design agency founded by Sir Jony, the man who designed the iPhone. We know the prototypes have been testing under the skin of a Maserati Levante, but the final car will likely feature a cab-forward design with flared wings and an aggressive open front bumper to cool the high-performance battery and motors. Ferrari CEO Benedetto Vigna says they want to access a new pool of clients, people who would only buy a Ferrari if it were electric. It's a bold move, especially since rival Lamborghini has delayed their first EV until 2028. Ferrari isn't waiting. They want to show the world that they can master any traction, any motor, and any technology to deliver unique driving thrills. The Ferrari Electrica then marks the end of an era, or perhaps the start of a new improved one. Ferrari has had its feet wet in the world of electricity since the 2009 hybrid race cars in the F1 championships, and they've certainly got it perfected in the likes of the 296 GTB. Now, however, comes the tough part, the all-electric vehicle. The technical evidence suggests they've built a monster, 1,000 horsepower, active suspension that defies gravity, and a guitar pickup soundtrack that promises to keep the hair on your neck standing up. But the question remains, will the world's most loyal car enthusiasts buy into a Ferrari that plugs into a wall? We'll find out early this year. What do you think? Is this a masterpiece in the making, or is the Prancing Horse losing its way? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that subscribe button to stay updated on the future of speed. Stay curious, drive with passion, and I'll see you in the next one.